Hi friend, now we discuss Indian freedom struggle and this article I taking it from Inside IS. बहुत अच्छे से लिखा हुआ है जो सितंबर 2016 में जो आया था, तो बहुत अच्छे से लिखा था, इसीलिए मैंने वहाँ से लिया। ठीक है, तो देख लीजिए। सरोजिनी नायडू engaged as a pioneer nationalist, okay, national around 1917, okay, 1917 में engaged था nationalist सरोजिनी नायडू engaged, okay, prominent nationalist, okay. She was the second woman, उन्होंने था second woman to become the president of INC, second woman था president of INC 1925 में ना 19 उसके बाद सरोजिनी नायडू joined the national movement during the protest against the partition of Bengal. उन्होंने protest किया था partition of Bengal के टाइम में 1905 में, ओके. एंड सी बहुत अच्छे से लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पर, देखिए. सी प्रिसाइडेड ओवर द ईस्ट अफ्रीकन इंडियन कांग्रेस, ओके. सी प्रिसाइडेड, ओके, over the East African Indian Congress in South Africa. She was awarded the Kisori Hind Medal, okay, by the British government for her work during plague epidemic in India. Kisori Hind Medal. During the Satyagraha, during salt Satyagraha, she was one of the women protesters at the Dharsana salt work, okay. In 1931, she participated in the Round Table Conference with Gandhi जी, okay. गांधी जी के साथ उन्होंने राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस में ज्वाइन किया था, एंड मदन मोहन मालव्य, ओके, उसके साथ. She played leading role during the civil disobedience movement and was jailed हो गया था. Civil disobedience movement में उन्होंने participate किया था. In 1942, she was arrested during the Quit India movement. Quit India movement के टाइम उन्होंने अरेस्ट हुआ था 1942 में. She became the first governor of the Union provinces of Agra and Oudh. उन्होंने फर्स्ट गवर्नर का रोल निभाया था आगरा और ओध में. She traveled across the India. उन्होंने ट्रैवल किया था across India and delivered lectures on women's empowerment and nationalism के बारे में, और women's empowerment में उन्होंने काम किया था. She was also closely associated with the formation of Women Indian Association. Formation किया था Women Indian Association and accompanied the women's voting rights delegation to London, ओके. उसके बाद में काम किया था. इसके बाद हमें देखेंगे कल्पना दत्त के कंट्रीब्यूशन. कल्पना दत्त joined the Indian Republican Army, okay. She along with Pratilata Waddar in 1931, okay, attacked the European club in चित्तागोंग, ओके. चित्तागोंग में उन्होंने अटैक किया था. सी हेटेड इंग्लिश रूल एंड देयर लैंग्वेज, उन्होंने कल्पना दत्त. सी वाज innovated in secretly conducting raids with revolutionaries on the government buildings, okay. She was booked under Chittagong, okay, MOE raid case, okay, and was sentenced to his life imprisonment, okay. उसके बाद कमला देवी चट्टोपाध्याय. In 1930, कमला देवी चट्टोपाध्याय participated in salt सत्याग्रह, okay. 1930 में later in independent India, she promoted Indian handicrafts, handloom and theatre, okay. Later in independent India, she promoted किया था उन्होंने Indian handicraft and handloom and theatre में, okay. The government of India conferred on her the Padma Bhushan in 1955 में उनको पद्म भूषण दिया गया है कमला देवी चट्टोपाध्याय को एंड पद्मा भूषण 1980 पद्मा विभूषण 1987 पद्म भूषण और पद्म विभूषण उसके बाद देखेंगे अरुणा आसफ अली इसके बाद अरुणा आसफ अली ओके अरुणा आसफ अली जो द इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस फ्लैग द Gwalior Tank Maidan in Bombay during the Quit India Movement 1942. She took her first step into freedom struggle through salt satyagraha. Okay. She, along with Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, brought out Inquilab Patra. Okay, that created mass awareness about freedom movement. She was called Rani Jhansi of 1942. रानी झांसी कहते हैं हर journals okay link and patriot earned her grade okay her great recognition for his work okay. She was appointed Delhi's first mayor 1958. She was posthumously decorated with Bharat Ratna in 1997 में Bharat Ratna in 1932. She was held prisoner in Tihar jail 1932 में Tihar jail where she protested against indifferent treatment of political prisoners by launching hunger strike okay. Sucheta Kripalini, she was elected by Gandhiji in 1940 for individual satyagraha. In 1942-1943 she went 1942-1943 okay. Sucheta she was elected by Gandhiji okay. In 1942-1943 she went underground and contributed her work and became the founder of All India Mahila Congress okay. So the founder which spread inspirational okay messages to women. She founded underground volunteer okay volunteer force उन्होंने founded किया था underground volunteer force in 1942 that trained women in drills averting arm and self-defense. First woman chief minister of independence India in UP. First chief minister सुचेता कृपलानी रानी. उसके बाद देखेंगे रानी गोइदिन लिव okay. She is known as Lakshmi Bai of Nagaland. At the age of 13 she decided how to against the British rule. She was Rani Gaidin Liu okay. She was well versed with the tactics of guerrilla war and arm operation. She was called Rani Bai Pandit Nehru okay. Rani Bai Pandit Nehru for the bravery and was awarded Padma Vibhushan for her role of freedom struggle okay. And उसके बाद she joined Pritilata Waddar. She joined Suryasen's Revolutionary Party. She was a member of the group that raided Chittagong Army MOA. Pritilata Waddar and other members in 1935 attacked European club in Chittagong. So पढ़ रहे हैं women role in Indian freedom. Introduction में यहाँ पर दिया था both Indian a man and woman are leading social reform movement 1880. Okay, the Gandhian movement 1920. Okay, incorporated women in large numbers. Okay, issue such as child marriage or widow marriage. Okay, were simultaneously being addressed by Gandhiji. 19th century women's own organization mushroomed all over India. Sarala Devi Chaudhary organized Bharat Stri Mahamandal in 1910. She combined Hindu revivalism with political protest. Okay. Role of women in Indian freedom struggle. Women got support from their families and families to carry on the Swadeshi campaign. Role of women in freedom struggle. जी वुमेन का रोल क्या है हम देख रहे हैं. In nationalistic cult around Bharat Mata, a Mother India began emerging in Bengal. In the second phase, the women's participation idea of home rule and constitutionalism became dominant. Annie Besant became the first woman president of Indian National Congress in 1970. Her associate Margaret K. Cousins drafted the Indian Women Voting Rights Bill and launched the Women's Indian Association. The non-coercion movement 1928 to 1922 spread beyond the Bengal and incorporated women from all over India. During this time, the Hindu widows who did not require any training in Satyagraha represented the ideal freedom fighters for Gandhi. Gandhi termed substantial windows into participants and upheld the idea of widowhood. In the post-1920s, a book called Mother India by Catherine Maya, penned down, a critique of the Hindu man slave, like condition of women within the family. During civil disobedience movement, the women volunteers were being physically trained to lead marches, boycott Prabhat ferries again. Prabhat ferry early morning, patriotic training. Women found patriotic groups within their association called Desh Sevika Sanghs. Sanghas. And this songs women counted arrest and led peaceful marches and passive resistance. Individual women joined the civil groups and associated revolution in carrying assassination of individual British officer. Women who failed up to jail 1930 were Sarojini Naidu, Mathu Lakshmi Peddi and Margaret Cousins. Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay from liberal homes and conservative families, urban centers and radical rural districts. Women, single and married, young and old, come forward and joined the struggle against colonial rule in 2005. In the event of the man's arrest, the Women Association took at the task of carrying on civil disobedience and organizing meeting. Women carried on with Gandhian constructive programs of spinning cloth and offering passive resistance war facing. Hindustan Specialist Republican Association saw contribution by Durga Dipati Devi. The image of the magnitude of the participation of the Indian women within the national movement was drawn from the multi-layered nations Mother India and vice Victorian morality. The men who led the nationalist campaigns were mostly upper middle class. In the recent years, Daft and Dalit and tribal women have been claiming participation in the national history, which is waiting in that to be written. So आपने देख लिया है वुमेन्स का रोल इन इंडियन फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल. So thank you.